Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm very glad that you can see and watch this short video regarding the lead generation. So, understandably, client acquisition is the most important aspects for any business. And if you don't have a system that will allow you to generate leads at will, then nothing will happen. In this presentation, we're going to be going through some introduction, some few concepts, and give you a few ideas. This is part of a masterclass that I did, and I just want to share with you few thoughts so that you can help you implement them and get better results on your daily lead generation process. All right, so without further ado, let's get going. So the first thing we want to understand, let me get myself out of the way. Awesome. Let me make this big, and there we go. Okay, so the first thing I would like to share with you, this is a quick thing that I came across by Rory Sutherland, and he was speaking about the fact that how people are get uh, overwhelmed so fast and they just give up. And he speaks about the Sheehan's wall, and this is very, very important. And he says, if you want to break a big wall, you want to be able to make a dent unless you hit one single spot repeatedly for a long time to be able to see some cracks in the wall. And he's absolutely right because a lot of people, we go and we do a million things, and the next thing we want to do is we want to get some results, and we get upset when we don't have those results. And the idea is you want to make sure that you are doing one thing and one thing only for a specific long period of time so that you can get the result, because it's the fact of repeating it over and over that can create the results. All right, so this is just as an intro. Full disclosure, this presentation will be a incomplete if you are not able to hone in on your audience building. So you need to understand who is exactly your dream avatar. If you are unable to understand the concept of audience seasons, so if you are just going and trying to hire a complete new connection and try to sell them without giving them the chance to grow and pass through the seasons, and if you do not have a script that will allow you to grow and move in and graduate conversations from simple encounter where you give a lead magnet and you create an opportunity for you to show up from an authority standpoint into actually a sales conversation, or at least into uncovering the pain of that specific prospect. So it's very important that you understand these elements. If you want this stuff, let me know. I'll be more than happy to hook you up with the masterclass that encompasses all these elements. All right. So in terms of the audience, I just want to give you a quick, I mean, a reminder here in terms of the audience, what we need to do, what we mean when we say audience. Doesn't matter how good you are, how good is your marketing, or how good is your offer. If you haven't taken the time to understand your dream, who you'll be always having problems. So, how do we find the right audience? We choose the right market. We define who you want to do business with. We define the location where they are at. So, make sure to speak to people that have resources. They need to have already purchased something. So, they are existing buyers, they are not a first time buyers. They need to be super excited about your opportunity, meaning they need to be following you and asking you questions, and not the other way around. Willing and ready to implement, no babysitting. They need to have cash ready and willing to invest. Who is not your dream customer is somebody who needs to be educated from scratch, somebody who is not even aware of their pain. So this was a little bit an overall rule of what we mean when we say you need to hone in on your avatar. Okay, so let's get this party started. So including the to generate leads and lead generation, we need to understand the three blocks. There are literally hundreds of ways to attract and collect leads, but none will work unless you have, I'm sorry, unless you have these three essential building blocks in place. The absence of these three things are also the primary blocker that prevents most business to business owners from developing their own mechanism for generating leads. So, the first thing that we need to understand when we are trying to generate leads and get client acquisition, we need to get something ready, which is the gift. For example, I'm going to be giving you this as a gift just for being a member of my email list. So this is this presentation itself is a gift. So why would any potential client ever want to enter your world unless you give them a reason to do so? If they are not ready to buy, if they don't fully understand, appreciate how you can help them, why would they ever want to join your group, book your group, or book you for a meeting, or voluntarily hand over their contact information? So you will need a lead magnet. So as I mentioned, this presentation can be a lead magnet. I can say, hey, I just recorded an intro on lead gen client acquisition. Who wants it? And people will say, hey, yeah, I'm interested, and I can go ahead and shoot it for them. Next is the lead magnet. The once you have a gift ready, what mechanism do you have in place to capture the lead? Some of the best form of marketing are permission based. That's when a prospect explicitly or implicitly gives you a permission to market to them. That usually starts with the lead magnet. This is a gift you give away to collect a potential client prospect data. So what you need to understand is that you need to have a platform where you're going to be operating so that you can present people and get them curious about your gifts. The eyeballs. Finally, you will also need a consistent way to occupy a specific platform, attract attention to future clients, and empower them to be exposed to your gift. Inside Facebook, we have this figure it out. So we don't need to go and look for the right platform to do that. Inside Facebook, I mentioned that already. We have everything in there. We have the first ecosystem, which is our profile and newsfeed and banners, and all these elements are considered to be a funnel. So people, they don't know us, we send them invitation to become friends, they add us, then the next thing they know, they see our profile, they see our banner, they see our content, they see our photos. So in less than 30 seconds, they already know so much about us, better than if we spend a year trying to get them through other means. Next, we have the second ecosystem, which is where we get people to become our Raven fans, and it's our group. And this is where you take the lead and you become the authority leader, and you show up when you have time and you do all those things. Third, you have the messenger, which this is a great way so that we can contact our clients without even needing to directly, without even needing to go through a third party. So we go straight to the customer and we speak to them and we close them. So there are just a whole ecosystem that can encompass so many small ecosystems, and that's the power of Facebook. All right, so identifying the wall. Understand marketing at its core is attention getting measured by one thing and one thing only. It's called lead gen. So every time you want to define what marketing is, the easiest way of answering this question is by understanding that marketing at its core is being able to generate leads. Doesn't matter if you are putting a piece of content that is written, that's a video, an audio, a cartoons, whatever it is. The goal The ultimate goal is to create a lead gen. And as you know, this whole marketing can include three major phases: the pre-sale phase, which is the content and the nurturing; the action-based phase, which is the lead generation and the group activities; and the last phase is the closing, which consists of sales calls, making offers, and sending uh, 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 videos, or sending to close, and sending PDFs just as a video sales letter, or a PDF just to close. And here is an introduction to the timeline, lead magnet timeline. So we have the first phase, which is the nurturing phase, where here we just add somebody, we friend them, they accept us, we send them a welcome message, we get them to start to watch. Every time we post, we prime them, and then we start seeding and farming and getting familiar and building the know, like, and trust. This is the phase. This is a very important phase, and it takes between maybe I don't know, 30 days to 90 days. Better to stay within the next, maybe from 6 weeks to 90 days, to be able to really get comfortable with people, so they can get to know you and feel familiar with you. Next phase is you move from here to the next phase, which is the action based phase. And here we start putting lead generation, and understanding, by understanding exactly those profile we added, we are able to get them to put some lead generation that speaks to their pain, and thus we are able to get them to raise their hand, say, hey, I'm interested in what you have to offer, can I know more? At this point, we are generating leads. At this point now, there is a wall over here that's invisible, and that we need to understand how to move from this to this, because from this to this, it's a just building connection from far, and having fun with people, and commenting, and sending welcome messages, and it's just from far. Once you get to this level, you are speaking directly to the person, and you need to have tools to make them jump from here to here. So we do that by using the script, the two-step form script, and this is very important. So once you put a leads on out there, then you have to put a form, so that you can, so that now you need to reach out to that person, say to him, hey, thank you for your interest in my blah blah blah, would you be interested to know more about it? They say, yes, I am still interested. And that's when you are following a specific script, so that you can move from place A to place B in a very structured manner, and so that you can get to the person to uncover their pain, and so that you can graduate them or qualify them to a sales call, or at least to get to come join you into your group. So this is the process. And here there is an invisible wall. Okay, so now all this is fine and dandy. However, inside these phases, there is something called the lead wall. This represents the most difficult stage to surpass. Learning how to craft appealing lead magnet, learning how to convert conversations from just a lead magnet into sales calls, finally practicing those sales calls, learning how to close. This stage is super important, because this is where sales starts. So you get to engage with your leads at a one-on-one level. You get to build personal rapport, and you get to graduate your audience to the next level in the process, farming your lead magnets and opening up the gate to future conversations. Okay, so we're gonna see some definitions here that's very important. The first definition we want to see is what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a complete solution to an ultra narrowed problem given away at a significant discount, or better, for free. To attract customers, once the lead magnet solves the narrow problem, it should reveal the next problem, which should be solved only by your core offer. This, in general, is what a lead magnet is. Next is the definition. What's a lead? A lead is not a person who is active in your audience, somebody who knows, like, and trusts you. and not even somebody who is in your email list. A lead is a person who raises his or her hand and say, hey, I am interested in what you have to offer. This simple action, moving from a passive audience member of your audience into an active person who wants to know more, this simple action makes them qualify them to be called a lead. So you can see we need to learn how to generate lead magnets because it's a tool to qualify conversations better. Why is this important? If there is no lead magnet, we will spend a long time just trying to identify each person in our audience, engaging with them at a one-on-one basis. It's just not practical. A lead magnet is powerful because it helps us speed up the process. We are approaching many people at the same time with our message. We are moving into each interaction from an authority standpoint. And since people will reach out to us wanting to what we have to offer, it is way easier to take the lead in the conversation to the next level and where there is logical reason behind it. And finally, we are narrowing down who we are talking to. And this is the most important thing because we are not going, even if we did our homework and we understand who we added and we created some reports with them and we built some know, like, and trust and all those good things. Still, we are not sure if that person is still has that needs to solve a pain. And the only way to make sure to expedite that and cover that need is by actually putting a lead magnet where people raise their hand, say, hey, I'm interested. And this specific action is called selling solution to qualified leads. So if this is not genius, I don't know what it is, because this really encompasses every single thing we need to be doing so that we can perform high at all time and convert more qualified leads into our system. So I'm gonna stop right here. If you have any questions, please make sure to put them in the comment or to join me inside the Council of CEOs group inside my Facebook group. I'll be more than happy to hook you up with the whole presentation. But for now, I just wanted to give you some taste of the presentation, and we're gonna be calling it. It's already 17 minutes, and we'll talk later. Have a great day. Talk soon.